Long before the Wright brothers, long before airplanes, long before the idea of space travel even made sense, humans were already obsessed with one thing: flying. Some people imagined it, some people sketched wings, and one man in the 17th century looked at gunpowder and thought, yes, this should work. This is the story of Lagari Hasan Pasha, the Ottoman engineer who may have attempted the first rocket-powered human flight in history. In 1633, to understand how insane this story is, we need to understand the world Lagari lived in. It's the early 17th century. The Ottoman Empire is one of the most powerful states on earth. The ruler is Sultan Murad IV, a strict, disciplined, and highly authoritarian sultan. He bans alcohol, he enforces order personally, and he loves grand public spectacles. So when his daughter is born in 1633, Istanbul becomes a stage for a massive celebration. Fireworks, crowds, ceremonies, and standing among them is a man preparing to climb into a rocket. Lagari Hasan Pasha was an Ottoman engineer and inventor, fascinated by gunpowder, propulsion, and mechanics. This was an empire that understood explosives extremely well. They built massive cannons, siege weapons, and early firearms. Lagari, however, wasn't satisfied with weapons that stayed on the ground. He wanted to go up. According to the famous Ottoman traveler and historian Evliya Çelebi, Lagari believed humans could use controlled explosions to achieve flight, which, to be fair, is technically not wrong. Lagari designed a rocket shaped like a large cone, powered by gunpowder. It reportedly had 7 wings, intended to stabilize the descent after launch. And then came the boldest design choice of all. Lagari climbed inside it himself. No test launch, no safety trial, just confidence and a fuse. The rocket is placed in front of the palace. The Sultan watches. The crowd holds its breath. According to Evliya Çelebi, just before ignition, Lagari shouted, "O Sultan, I am going to speak with Jesus," which is a very dramatic thing to say before pressing the equivalent of a launch button. Moments later, explosion. The rocket launches into the sky. Lagari shoots upward, disappearing above Istanbul. For several seconds, no one knows what just happened. Did they witness history or a tragedy? And then Lagari comes back down, not falling, but gliding, using the wings attached to the rocket. He lands in the Bosphorus, swims to shore, and calmly walks back toward the Sultan. Evliya claims Lagari then said, "My Sultan, Jesus sends his regards." At this point, the crowd has already accepted that reality has stopped making sense. So, did this actually happen? Here's the honest answer. We don't know for sure. Evliya Çelebi is our only primary source, and he was known for dramatic storytelling and exaggeration. But here's what is plausible. Gunpowder rockets existed. Rocket-assisted devices were known in Asia. Ottoman engineers were highly advanced. Human experimentation was surprisingly common. So while Lagari probably didn't reach the clouds, it's very possible that he attempted some form of rocket-assisted flight, which would still place him centuries ahead of his time. What happened next is also debated. Some sources say Sultan Murad IV was impressed and rewarded Lagari with gold. Others note that Lagari was later sent to Algiers. Was this exile, or was it an official assignment? In the Ottoman system, not every relocation was a punishment. So once again, history leaves us with a mystery, but Lagari survived, and that alone is remarkable. Was Lagari Hasan Pasha an astronaut? No. But was he one of the earliest people in history to seriously attempt rocket-powered human flight? Very possibly. Nearly 300 years before airplanes, one man decided to strap himself to an explosion and see what happens. And honestly, that's how progress usually starts. So, do you think Lagari Hasan was punished or promoted? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy forgotten stories like this, subscribe. Because history is full of people who were brave enough to try something ridiculous and survive.